Okay, so I think we're ready.
I think we're ready.
to be
Are we
able to
good?
transition on to
Right.
the first run of the marathon.
And that is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. But however, with a twist. Bingo cards. Let's
5
move on.
goals of a tryst. Okay, I believe it has
cool.
transitioned over. So let's see if the runner is live and can speak.
Right. Does anyone want a specific file name? I'll take your suggestions.
WASD.
WASD?
Yeah, that works.
Awesome.
Hello.
Well, the fourth one might be broken.
Right, cool. So just waiting on the card itself now.
Are we ready to begin the run? Oh wait, we've got to get the card on screen as well. Oh, I think he needs the card on screen.
Yeah, I guess while I'm waiting on that, this is the Japanese Wii Virtual Console release of the game, so that's why you won't be able to understand any of the text, but it is, I promise you, it is faster, so you'll have to miss out on the story.
So do you want to introduce yourself a little bit and explain what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, sure. So I'm mutantaura. This is Ocarina of Time Bingo. It is a speedrun, but it's kind of an alternative way of doing it. So a randomly generated 5x5 board is made by a bot somewhere on the internet, and I then have to look at the board, pick any row, column, or diagonal, and I have to complete it as fast as possible from a fresh file. So it's different to regular speedruns in that the routing on the fly is the main thing next to execution, because I don't know what goals and what goal order I'm gonna have to do on every single bingo, and there's hundreds of goals, so you're never gonna see a board that's exactly the same.
Nice, nice. So, Mutant Aura, so is this the only category that you run in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time?
Is this the only category you run?
No, so I've done. So this isn't really a category; it's more like a race format. So
Yeah.
the main categories that I've done the classic like any percent stuff, but that's got really short these days. I was doing all dungeons before this was selected, so that's a really cool run as well. Because yeah, I mean all the dungeons. What's not to like? There's some other stuff that sort of restricts some things to make a cool route. I actually wanted to do glitchless eventually because the game's pretty broken, as I'm hopefully going to show, but even without some of the big sort of major glitches, it's still really good. You can do dungeons out of order. Like glitchless is under 4 hours, and I think if anyone's played the game before, beating it under 4 hours is still pretty awesome, even without any glitches. So that's hopefully where my future's going.
Great. There's like a ton of goals, of course, on this card that it can be. So, is there any goals you're specifically looking for? Like, I wish this goal would turn up, or oh no, I hope this doesn't turn up.
Yeah, so if you ever played the game, there's like these things called gold skull tellers, and there's 100 of them in the game, and there's certain goals like collect 30 different, collect 20 different. I'm not really a fan of those because there's a lot of them, and trying to route like 30 individual skulls into your hour-and-a-half run is it takes a lot more skill than you'd think, and yeah, my brain isn't really big enough for that. So I like stuff that's kind of like one and done things. Like if it's beat a dungeon, collect these things, get I don't know. I really struggle to think of goals off the top of my head, but when I see the
That's
card,
okay,
I
yeah. Ready?
Are we ready?
Do we have the board?
Awesome. All right. So as soon as I see this, I'm gonna hit start, and then I guess the timer goes as well. So.
All right. Good luck.
All right. Yeah.
You want to give a countdown?
I'll give a countdown. Sure. 3, 2, 1, go.
Woohoo.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna be looking down for this bit. So I think you guys can see this as well, right? No, they will in a second. Okay. So all 5 skulls in forest is in the middle, which it's not a bad goal. So I always look for the middle first because that's the one that has the most sort of possibility for you to have to do it. It's not a bad goal, so that's cool. If it was like green gauntlets, that would be awful for reasons I'll probably touch on later. Okay, I'm not seeing anything awful on here. I don't like bean goals because you have to buy the beans, and that means you have to waste a lot of money early on. Let me see. Bullet bag 50 is pretty easy.
There's 6 maps. 3 all Gorons on Fire Temple.
This is a difficult one.
Ooh, Epona songs on there.
Screenshots that you can like.
Hmm?
It's not a screenshot that you can.
Yeah, cool. And this is the difficult part. I've got to mash and sort of look at the board now because you can't decide straight away. Okay, so 3 all 9 Gorons in fire is quite an easy goal, but it takes quite a long time. You have to sort of look at these goals and go, what's easy, but what's time consuming? So, and I'm kind of erring on the side of easy for this.
Yeah, at least you have some downtime while you can mash to really
Let me see.
take in the board.
I'm kind of liking the look of row 3. Silver Gauntlets is slightly out of the way. But
The other ones are easier.
the rest of it's kind of cool.
Elemental
So,
arrows? Yeah.
maybe not actually. 5 skills in forest is kind of annoying. Let's see. Magic. I like row 1 as well, but magic beans is really throwing me off there. Let's have a look.
So otherwise, it's just the standard beginning to Legend of Zelda. I can imagine we wake up, awoken.
WASD, wake up.
We need you to save the world, except we probably won't be saving the world this time. We'll just be doing odd goals.
So,
You know what?
have you decided on your bingo?
I tell you what. Let's go for row 1. I don't
Row
like magic
1?
beans, but
Okay.
it's it's the best I got right now.
All right, we'll remove the bingo card and we'll replace it with row 1.
Cool.
Which we'll do in just a second.
Right. So this early section is hopefully going to be a bit of autopilot. I'm gonna need a lot of money for this, but we'll find out how it goes. So, as a format, bingo's been around for a fair while. It started kind of really early on when people just decided to race random objectives against the timer, and then it got a lot more advanced with you know, a bot generating boards and stuff. So there's a lot of maths in the back that sort of calculates each row, how long they should optimally take, things like that. So right now I'm just doing sort of standard rupee collection. I'm getting sword because I need to leave the forest basically with about 60 rupees for this this route to get all the beans works.
Nice, and I presume it's
That's not cool.
quicker to jump backwards than actually.
Nice bonk already.
Lovely.
Yeah, so 60 rupees is what you want to leave sort of Kakiri Forest with to plant the beans. Because the salesman, he sells you the beans in like increasing order. So you basically, you buy 1 for 10, then that's cool, because I was so slow. You buy the first one for 10, then the second one for 20, then like the third one for 30, and it goes up like that. So eventually you waste kind of a lot of money. And that's 1 sword. So I'm going to be sort of collecting everything I can here.
So is this a very similar routing to the any percent category, or is this specific routing for the bingo category?
I think currently he's.
This is difficult.
Oh,
Yeah, currently he's just trying to get money. So.
yeah, I think it's same as any percent because I.
Yeah, so
think
there's a load of rupees around the forest. I see people when they play the game originally kind of struggle to find the 40 required for shield, which I'm not going to be buying. But like they don't, I feel like they don't look in all the corners and stuff because there's a lot of invisible rupees in the forest. There's like things behind the shop. You'll see here, like if you complete this jumping game, you actually get an invisible rupee in the air, which again, people just don't really spot, and I see it a lot. So I've got 55. I'm gonna get the 60 in here, and I'm not gonna actually buy anything. I'm just gonna sort of get the 60 and leave. So my early game objectives really are to buy all 5 magic beans and then start planting them. So the first thing to do is escape the forest, because the bean cellar is sort of down the river. If you ever played this game, you might have a vague map of sort of where things are, but it doesn't really matter. Just know that right now I'm sort of buying beans as the main objective. And as a product of being made in the 90s, you can clip basically everywhere if I'm good enough and don't mess up my timing. And again.
Third time's the charm.
Cool.
There we are.
So yeah, like everything you can think of, you can realistically do given like enough items. The main thing with bingo is that you want to be doing things that with realistically the minimum number of items. And I should be in the river collecting rupees. I don't know where my mind was there. So that's the main challenge, the fact that you're operating on quite limited equipment. You have to sort of take a note of everything you need for each part. That's a shame. Although I do have a fair amount of rupees here, so that shouldn't be too bad. So I'm just going to start my buying journey. I should be able to buy 3, and then I just need to then go and collect some more, basically. And luckily there's this chicken here that's going to let me go back up the river. And this is actually a nice angle, so... Yeah, and again, there's a lot of rupees in this river. You just kind of need to know where they are. There's a grotto up top as well that you're not supposed to access now, but I'm going to be doing it anyway. Get back here. Okay, so just take the Kako down here. Don't need him anymore. And time of day is another thing. It's really important, especially if you're doing like skull goals. It's one of the reasons why I don't like it, because certain skulls are like child only, certain skulls are adult only, certain skulls only come out at night, and it's just a lot to think about when you're just trying to sort of play the game as quickly as possible. Let me see. Am I gonna get this one? Nope. Second time's the charm. Yes, there's a second red rupee there that is really helpful. Although I'm not sure whether this is going to be enough. We might have to go for another round in the grotto. Yeah, one more time. This is kind of why I dislike beans as well. You spend a lot of time sort of messing around in the river, collecting money. But the board wasn't friendly to some of the better goals. So I can't get that red rupee chest again, so I basically need to... That's not good. So what I might do, I may just, because that chicken just left me, I may just go to CAC now, because it's daytime, and come back for the rest of the beans later, before I go adult, so... because obviously at nighttime, I need the bottle basically, and at nighttime, the lady in the village that gives you the bottle isn't there, and you really don't want to waste time doing this when the bottle is kind of the more important thing. And these hours are really annoying. It's the second option that skips them, not the first. So you can't just mash through those texts, you have to actually think. And hopefully it will have come to your attention that I'm very anti-thinking in these bingos. So cac's nice as well because there's actually a bean patch here that I can start to plant. There's one really awkward one in Death Mountain Crater. That I might come back for later. I might just end up doing like a second child. So go adult and then later on come back to child because it's just a bit easier. It's not quicker to do it that way, but it's just it's a bit more comfy. And these cuckoos are all RNG, but you can manipulate them a bit. They will always run away from you after you've thrown them. So you can kind of move them into this corner a bit. Sometimes they don't like to, like this guy over here. That's really awkward because I need to stand here because he's... Thank you. Yes, there's like a set route here. That's the quickest. There's been a few cuckoo routes over the years, but some of them have been proposed to be quicker, but they've never really taken off, and none of them have ever actually been quicker. People just like to try and shake up like a 10-year-old meta with like new strats, and it's just not quicker. So this has been the same route for about 15 years now, just hasn't really changed. And again, I'm just going to hopefully manipulate these guys. You can also hit them with your sword as long as you don't hit them twice. I think everyone that's played a Zelda game knows kind of what happens if you hit them more than once. And that would not be fun. No, I don't want to speak to you. Okay, so that's Bottle. Bottle is a weird item. It is insanely powerful, and it doesn't seem like it on the surface. It can do some crazy stuff. Which hopefully I'll be doing later. I might not be doing some, some of the craziest stuff with it, but... So here's the first beam patch. Let me just equip this. I want to get some more money as well. That's why I'm here after all. And all I'm getting is hearts. That's a really awesome game. So I think I need 50 rupees for this next one. There are technically some coins. What am I saying? Rupees up here as well. It's kind of like another jumping game. So Kokiri Forest is actually sort of simulate. Oh no! It's designed like a playground, so you get rupees for like jumping puzzles and stuff. And like Kakariko is kind of similar as child. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Are they in here at night? Maybe they're in here at night. I can't remember. No, there it is. Okay, cool. So here I can actually save. And these early games consoles, they had like reset buttons, which are really useful. And I should explain the garbled text is because this is the Japanese version, but I'm playing on a European Wii, so it doesn't really know what to do with the text. You can actually get T-shirts with that sort of on it, which is kind of cool. So I'm back here now, and this is cool because there's another bean patch over here that I can plant. So that's 2 out of 5. I should start actually marking them. Planting 7 magic beans is actually a goal, and it requires some pretty crazy stuff because there's actually a bean planting hole in Death Mountain Crater, which you should only really access if you have like Goron Tunic and stuff, right? Because it's hot, and you also should only access it as child when you have Bolero of Fire, which is the Warp Song. So you have to do some pretty insane stuff to do it really early on, but unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I guess, it's not plant 7. Okay, so that's 3. There is another one in Lost Woods, so I'll do that. Escape again, go back to the bean salesman, buy my final bean, and then we should be good to get into the meat of the run. See if I remember which way it is. You don't really come to this part of Lost Woods, it's not there. Very often, unless you are planting beans, and I don't do this very often, so here it is. Okay, that's 4. Where on earth was I again? Is it this way? Is it this way? Is it this way? I can't remember. I think it's this way. You get really turned around in here, even if you like know the route. I think I'm just gonna start again. Yeah. So I should talk over sort of movement options. Link has a few. He has forward rolling, which over short distances is the best thing to do. So if you have to roll less than 4, or it's like tight bends, that's a really bad angle. I don't know what I'm doing here. If it's less than like 4 rolls or there's like tight bends, it's best to roll. But if it's in a straight line, back walking is quicker as both child and adult, and actually side hopping as child is the quickest method, but it needs to be frame perfect side hops. And yeah, usually it's just better to back walk. But over terrain like this, where you can't really get a clean angle, back walking just loses more time than it's worth. Just because you spend so much time just turning around that it's not really worth it anymore. Okay, so this is the last bean, and then we're going to plant it literally right next to him. So like here, I possibly could have back walked, but it's kind of not really worth it because I'm jumping, so... Okay, final bean. Cool, and I've exhausted his supply apparently, that's cool. Okay, that's all 5. Very satisfying being able to mark that. I hate that goal. And now I've got to try and make it to mark it before it turns night. So like here I'll back walk, and I don't know why they made back walking so fast. I guess you have to ask the developers of this game in the 90s, but it's really quick. So if you rolling peaks your speed at about 8.5 units of the game, units per second, and back walking is 8.5 the entire time. So there's very little reason to ever kind of roll over long distance. I could have bought the shield, but I used all my money on beans, so teaches you fiscal responsibility as well. And now I'm going to attempt anyway. Actually, I'm very stupid. I need to go play the bullet bag minigame, bullet bag 50. So this game is really stupid in that if you haven't collected slingshot, it still lets you play the minigames, right? But it will literally just give you the reward. The rewards aren't like increased, like they don't increase. It's literally just it just gives you the reward. So the game doesn't expect you to not have slingshot here, and it will just give you slingshot 50 even if you don't have this. I need one more rupee. Are you serious? That's cool. Please give me some rupees. Thank you. So I just need to play this minigame and I can get bullet bag 50 basically without this even having the slingshot. So I never collected the slingshot. That's really bad. I hope I can get my money back though. Otherwise, bit of a rip. Okay, yeah, I'll get my money back, I think. Cool. Yeah, so if you miss one, he gives you your money back, or he gives you another try at the game, which is very awesome of him. Yeah, these games aren't particularly difficult, they just, cool, there we go. Right, that's bullet bag 50, as you, should say the number, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so game's stupid, made in the 90s. They didn't think that people would actually be breaking it this badly, so they didn't put any fail-safes in for upgrades like that. Although it's weird that they did put one in for Quiver 50. You need both a bow and Quiver 40 to get Quiver 50, otherwise it will not give it to you. But Slingshot, no, apparently that's not how it rolled. Come on. Wow. This trick is one of those things where it's quite easy. I think it's an easy trick. I've been running this game about 6 years now. It's an easy trick, but it will still kick your ass on the regular. Even if you practice it a lot, it's a frame perfect trick, but come on. It's actually 2 frame perfect inputs, so no. Dude, whenever you clip back in bounds, it's like 1 frame early. Come on. There we go. So, dot skip is probably quite famous. I don't really know how famous, because obviously, because I'm in the community, it's like really famous. And it was found, we had like the 10-year anniversary a couple years back, and it's funny that it's only possible because when they were designing the door, I'll try and turn, I think it's actually unloaded now, I was going to turn around and show you, but there's a gap down the side, so the door is in place but it's slightly misaligned, and this was noticed really early on, so everyone kind of just thought, oh, there's got to be a way, right? But it took about 10 years to find one, and it's just using a little combination of movement there, where you can do what's called a backward side hop, which is where you sort of down roll and then input a backflip on the first frame possible, and you actually, instead of backflipping or side hopping, you side hop backwards, but as I said earlier, side hops have a lot of speed. It's the quickest form of child movement naturally, and it's just enough to actually clip you sort of out of bounds through that gap. And then this is about a 5-minute, 6-minute cutscene of just mashing text where I should be rooting, but my mind has gone kind of blank. So at the moment we've done 5 magic beans and bullet bag 50. We've got Kokiri sword, Kokiri boots. Boots are always free, I don't know why it's even on there. And we have master sword now. So I only need a skull from each adult dungeon. I need big Goron sword, I need iron boots, I need hover boots, and I need all 5 skulls and spirits. That's gonna be really fun. And this is the thing. These rows, they are balanced around the time it takes to optimally do them. So we basically have a big spreadsheet of every goal, how long it should take. And then we also have something called synergy points, where if 2 goals have a synergy, so say here 5 skulls in spirit and 1 skull from each adult dungeon, as you can tell, getting 5 skulls in spirit kind of also ticks off one of the skulls from the adult dungeon. Those 2 have a set synergy value, and it knocks off time from the optimal time value for one of them. So it's designed to make sure rows like, I don't know, 30 skulls, and then collecting all 5 skulls in 4 dungeons aren't just completely broken. So that wouldn't be possible to generate in a board. It makes it makes things that have far too much in common not show up. And usually boards are about 4 good goals and 1 bad goal, and I feel like the 5 beans here is the one that has 0 synergy, to be honest. There's usually a goal with 0 synergy, and I think it's 5 beans, because 3 swords, 3 boots have synergy everywhere because you have to go to a lot of places. So Shadow Temple is where hover boots are, and I need to skull there, so that's the synergy. Iron boots don't have synergy. Big Goron sword kind of does, but for reasons I'll probably talk about later. Yeah, so it's there's a lot of very cool maths that goes behind it. And it's a far cry from like the early days where it would just be basically like a set 5x5 board, and you had to pick a specific goal. But people started to optimize that really quickly, so it didn't really fill the niche people were hoping it would. Because if you know every possibility, you can start to optimize that as like an actual like RTA speedrun. And the bingo community just decided that we kind of want it more, you know, put the effort in, and we'll make it more randomized. It's kind of the inverse of like an actual randomizer, where the goals are random, but the game is vanilla, versus like an actual randomizer where like the goal is always to like, I don't know, complete the game, but the items are randomized, so it's kind of cool. I'm just trying to remember where all 5 skulls of the spirit are. Okay, so I said bottle was pretty busted, and I'm about to show why. I say about to show, it's actually going to be a lot of walking. So I'll start to talk about it now, because it's a really big issue with the game. Actually, it's fundamentally how bottles work. Is the bottle item? There's a lot of different items, so like bottle with bugs, bottle with fish, bottle with fairy. It's not like bottle with a fairy inside it. It's completely different items. So when you swipe over, say, a fairy and catch it in your bottle, the game removes the bottle item from your inventory and gives you another item, which is just bottle with fairy. And this starts to lead into some really big issues, because what happens if I swipe for something and then say I switch items on my C right button? The game thinks that my last button press was C right, but it has to give me something there. So it will start to dupe stuff. So bottle duping was discovered really early on. This led to some other things, some more powerful glitches. You can get your bottle on different buttons. So bottle on B was discovered really early on, and bottle on B is extremely powerful for 2 reasons. So I'm not going to get into like any of the game mechanics very deeply, but if you have a bottle on your B button and you swipe over an item, intuitively I feel like where would you think that item should go? And you're probably wrong, because what it actually does is it looks at your C right value and then writes the value of the thing you swiped into the value of C right, which is really complicated, but what it allows you to do is basically write arbitrary data into places based on what item is on C right. And this can give us a lot of items that we need, and actually songs as well. So depending on what items you have, yeah, very powerful stuff. And trade quest items, so stuff that you get from Anju, like the egg, the blue chicken if you've ever played the game, the saw. Saw is powerful because it gives you songs. Songs are really good. But I should be doing that a bit later, because it might seem unintuitive now, but I have to actually leave and go all the way back. Because I want this chicken to hatch, basically, this egg to hatch. And there's a really easy way to basically pass a night cycle. So if you enter Ganon's castle at all, ever, the game will set it to night for like that ambient atmosphere. And daytimes in this game are really long. They're about 3 minutes. Night is only about a minute long. So if you can skip 3 minutes, literally just by watching this single cutscene, it's really good. So it might seem unintuitive if I'm going back to Graveyard later, but this has been timed to be quickest, so and I'm actually going to be doing all of Trade Quest because I've just noticed a very specific goal that I have. So this is another thing. There are what we call traps as well on the card, and I've just noticed one that I was about to fall into. So Bullet Bag 50 I have right now, but I just said that RBA, which is bottle on B, swiping, stuff like that is what we call it, can write stuff into your inventory, and this also means it can delete stuff if the wrong value is written, and it can actually delete my bullet bag if I'm not careful here, which would completely lock me out of that row. So what I'm going to have to actually do is not do that, which is what I was planning to do. That's not very good. So this is one way of getting bottle on B in the river. You can drop bugs here, pull a bottle, and then just as you hit the water, you can press the B button, so that the game thinks that your last button press was B, but your bottle is still out, and there it is. And you'll notice that I now have 2 bottles. So yeah, that's cool, I guess, because the game has literally written a bug bottle into that slot. And then here I'm going to be dropping a bunch of stuff that I don't really have time to explain, but it is what I need to do. Okay, so these fake bombs now, the game equips bombs for you, but you cannot ever unequip them if you get bombs kind of through fake methods. So I'm gonna get a fake bomb bag here via again RBA, which is the bottle stuff I'm doing right now. But I can't ever unequip that those bombs, and if I do, I lose them forever, and I can never get bombs again. So yeah, really risky, but it's really quick and it allows you to skip like real bombs. And I'm kind of jotting up what I want to do here. So, Big Goron Sword or Giant's Knife, which is what we usually get for the 3rd sword, requires you to have the big wallet. And you can RBA the big wallet with a Pocket Cucko, which is what I have now. However, if you RBA the Pocket Cucko, you lose Bullet Bag. So my options are get 10 skulls around the map, which is what I'm actually going to do, to get the real big wallet rather than fake big wallet. And then I'm going to come back, get the wallet, get 200 rupees, and then go and buy the sword, probably to finish, something like that. So again, you have to look for traps like that, because if I'd RBA'd the normal chicken, I would have just lost one of the goals. Where am I going? And there's the seed I planted earlier, nice and grown now. I don't actually need it, but it's cool that it's there. I want that bomb. So yeah, you see now that I'm actually getting bombs, even though I never got bomb bag. So cool stuff. Oh my god, Dampe is not being kind today. So a good time in a Dampe race is 47. 46 is possible, but it's really hard. 47 means that you made basically no mistakes. Every time a flame hits you, or you bonk, you lose 2 seconds. So at the moment I'm on pace for about a 49, maybe a 50, just because my routing here has been a bit weird. But it's a bit of a pride thing. If you can get 47, that's cool. 46 is like god tier. Yeah, so 50. I think so. You can kind of start to tell after a while what you're going to get. So this gives me the hook shot. Hook shot's also not as like, it's not busted as an item, but it's just so useful. Especially for skull collection. It's one of the most like useful vanilla items that we don't use for a non-intended use. Okay, I don't think I need, let me see. I'm actually gonna get more bombs. Dampé's Grave's cool because it's the only like early source of guaranteed bombs. So usually you want to sort of at least farm at least 10. Some people like doing 15. I'm gonna do 10 now because I can actually get the patch of grass. If I still had like bottle on my B button, I would get 15, but I don't, so I can just sort of hopefully get a bomb drop from this grass patch. But it's a 1 in 16. There's one. That's cool. And we're going to enter Shadow now because we want not only hover boots, we also want a skull there. So I'm going to do what's called a hook shot jump, where you interrupt a hook shot with something, and you get a big jump. And I'm then, again, 1990s game, seams are really easy to walk on. You get stuck sometimes, but that's what it is. So here's Shadow Temple. We didn't get the song that you usually need to get here, but I mean, we're here anyway. And you can actually bypass the load zone for that door. So there's a load zone on the stairs that loads the door that's usually blocking this, but you can just bypass it with the side hop. Almost walk forward there. Yeah, and it's really interesting that all you need to actually get hover boots in Shadow is the hook shot, and it's very convenient that it's right there. And then horror warning. I don't know how this game was rated E when it came out. It's a 12 in the 3DS release, but this is somehow E for everyone. Not cool. You can one-cycle that guy if you jump slash him just at the right time. Oh, no, I didn't get the hit. Oh no, low power mode. Okay, so that's hover boots. I can take off now. I'll lower the brightness because 10% battery. So I just need one skull here now. Hover boots are really useful as well. Kind of insane when you think about the item that they are for, you know, the first 3D RPG. You can just sort of bypass the laws of physics and float for a bit. And this truth spinner, it's a 1 in 3, approximately anyway. This first one is never it. You usually need Lens of Truth here, which shows you like invisible stuff. But it's always one of these, and you can kind of cheese this really easily with hover boots. Oh no, first try, cool. This way. So I actually can bypass a lot of this dungeon just for the one skull that I need. Again, 90s game, really easy to clip. And then hover boots here, just ignore the laws of physics for a second. Right, that's the first goal in our quest to get 5. Oh, great! I think this iPad is just locked. Any of you guys know the passcode for this this iPad? I think it's low power mode, so it's locking itself very often. Yeah. Cool, thank you. I'll try and keep it from dying. Okay, so that's Shadow. Mark that off. So I got multiple options here. I'm gonna go to fire now, just because it's kind of it's the closest thing for me to do, and it's, you know, on the way. So. So I'm just thinking right now about what skulls I can get. There's some skulls up on this trail. I'm going to end up with, let me see, 5 out of 4. I'm going to end up with 9. I just need 1 extra, basically, after I get all my skulls everywhere. So this one here should just do the trick, I think. And that'll give me my 10. Oh no. That is just... I think I'm just gonna... I was considering getting the tunic from this guy, but I don't think I need it. I think I can just get enough health, just to... So bomb's another really busted item, if I can do it well. You can do things like mega flips, mega side hops, and you can imagine what they do. That was a mega side hop. Just a lot of speed, really quick. You can clip through things. They're really, they're just fast stuff. Anything with bombs, really, because they're recoil based. If you can maintain that momentum anyhow, it's very useful. And here, this is where Sheik usually gives you a warp song, but I don't want to watch that, so I'm just gonna die as I side hop in. And this game is pretty stupid. So it's quite fraudulent. It gives me the warp song as soon as I enter the cutscene, even without playing it. So I actually do have Bolero of Fire now, even though I never actually technically learnt it. But I'm not going to complain. And then up here, the reason I'm going this way instead of just straight to fire is because there's a certain chest up here that every bingo player prays to in their sleep. Possibly the most convenient chest, like, of all time. Because not only is there a fish here, fishes are cool. Better than bugs, they don't run away. There's 20 bombs, and bombs are awesome. So I'm going to get rid of my bugs, get a fish, because bugs run away, and fishes literally just sit on the floor when you drop them, so they're much more manageable to work with. Remember my songs? So I'm gonna be on the heat timer here now. I hope it's not terrible. I'm gonna see if I can get some health. Oh no, I can't. I don't have enough time. See if I can nab any from these two birds. Well, I say birds. Flaming bat children. Come on. Nope, no hearts. Hearts, 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 hearts. Nope. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here, this is also another cutscene I'm going to try and skip. The Goron in here likes to talk to you. Oh no, come on, dude. And if you can keep the camera away from him when you go into the door, he doesn't actually spawn, so you can... And this is a trick called Time Stop. It was discovered in MM first, so Majora's Mask, which is why it's called Time Stop, because it actually stops the in-game clock in that game. Which is useful, but it actually works in this game as well, but it doesn't really stop the time. I can stop the time though with a nifty little thing here. Okay, so now I have a lot of time to do whatever I want. Nice. Trying to mash the text and roll is really difficult. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so you can do little ledge hops like that to get to a lot of places. They're not really useful most of the time, because most of the time you just have better equipment. This room is a pain in the ass as well. Because I want that skull over there, but if I try and pull hookshot, these are going to hit me, so I'm just going to wait for them all to have a go, and then we can go and get it. And then that's a fire skull, not water. I've just marked water. Cool. And then we're gonna get out of here. So I think now, Goron City has a really neat shortcut to Lost Woods, and Lost Woods has a neat shortcut to Zora's Domain. So Goron City is a great warp song to have, like Bolero here, because it's the central hub of the map. It goes everywhere. It goes to Kak, it goes to Lost Woods, it goes to the river, and it's really useful to have. So here, I'm going to go and grab the forest warp song, so I can come back to forest later. And then I'm going to go and get the skull in water. Come on. Dude, come on. I suck. There's another thing you can do with bombs. It's called hessing. You can go very quickly. But it's kind of difficult. It's kind of tricky. Should have done better than that though, but it's a really neat tech you can do. Requires you to hold a very precise position on the stick. So just outside the dead zone, there's a zone we call ESS, so Extended Super Slide, and in that position, Link doesn't have any defined speed. So he just kind of keeps the speed that you previously had, right? And if you have just recoiled off a bomb, you have a lot of speed. So you just kind of keep that. That's not cool. I'm going to do another cutscene skip here, so there's another warp song, and I'm not going to die this time, I'm going to do something different. Dying and voiding is kind of the same as far as the game's concerned, so I can just get out of bounds here with a really easy back walk and just kind of void as I enter the trigger. And the cutscene trigger for this extends so far below, so there you go. It's absolutely massive. So I'm just going to ignore that for now. I've got the song. I can come back whenever I need to. And now I'm going to go to river because I need a skull in water. I also need iron boots. What was that camera? That camera again. That's awesome. Yeah, easy clips again. I said earlier that if you can think about doing something, you probably can. So. I don't have Zelda's Lullaby there to open the waterfall up, which is what you usually need in a normal game, but it doesn't matter for me anyway. What am I doing? So here I'm just going to do a ladder clip. So if you hookshot just at the far right of the ladder, Link just kind of doesn't really know what to do, and you can kind of clip there. And now I'm out of bounds. I can get under the ice. Get right at the edge. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Come on. There we go. So again, another clip. That was a ledge clip this time. Kind of similar to the ladder clip, but instead of... What happens is, when you're targeted like that, if you target on the first frame that Link tries to grab a ledge, his whole body snaps to that angle. And if it snaps to that angle through a wall, then that's fine as far as the game's concerned. It will literally just put Link on the other side of the wall. It's kind of stupid, but is a one-frame trick. So I guess I can excuse Nintendo for not seeing it in quality testing. Right, again, so just one skull needed in here. And we're going to do another ledge clip. This one's a bit harder because I can't just mash. Have to sort of... This is called pause buffering, where you just advance one frame at a time. And there's the frame, and then if I target, you see how he just clips through the wall? No questions asked. So the easiest... Oh no, that's not good. You have to kind of guess where I am now. I'm also on a very bad drowning timer. Yeah, that's not good. I'm going to avoid and die. That load zone is actually incredibly difficult to hit. So, yeah, when you void, you lose one heart. So I'm actually dead here, yeah. There's like a tiny sliver of out-of-bounds area where you can spawn that room. And sometimes you just miss it, which is unfortunate, but it's not very slow to retry, so... That's a neat little trick as well. If you just run at that ledge and hold shield, you kind of glitch out for a second, but oh, that's not cool. Ledges are really bad in the game. And while that means that we can clip through them often, they also just sometimes just don't make sense. Okay, there we go. Right, round 2. Okay, there we go, got it this time. Being out of bounds kind of allows you to see a lot of the inner workings of load zones and stuff, because you kind of see exactly where the game is expecting you to be. Here's my skull. There's bombs everywhere as well here, which is awesome. If I can hit them. Oh my god, I'm getting bullied. Alright, then I can get out of here. So that's water, so I just need 2 more skulls, iron boots, big orange sword, and then all 5 skulls in spirit, but all 5 in spirit is not a very long goal. It's just getting to spirit is the main difficulty. It's very out of the way. Oh no, failed that one. It's kind of harder on a slope. Your timing kind of gets thrown off. And here I'm going to do, hopefully, another mega flip to go back to Zora's domain. So this thing is it's frozen over as adult. So you have to use some more unconventional means to get back in. That's not good. Very technical though. That's not good. Yeah, too early. Yeah, so this is not only is it like a quite convoluted setup to actually get in position, it's you have to roll. Oh my god, this is really annoying. I'm gonna try a different setup. Might be easier for me today. Okay, this looks good. Okay, cool. So Ice Cavern's really cool as well. It's one of those places where I actually think it's cooler doing it glitchless than it is doing it glitched. But glitchless is also a lot harder to do, so I will probably be throwing in some cheaty things, even though I don't find it cool. Oh no, come on dude. No, oh man, I'm gonna be swimming for a long time. Yeah, so that corner there, any acute angle, so less than 90 degrees, if you just jump slash, 90% of the time you're gonna go through it. It's just how the game's made, unfortunately. So I think the plan currently is I'm going to grab iron boots here, which should take me hopefully just a few minutes. That's unfortunate. This iceberg, you have to kind of mash to get up on it, otherwise it's pretty annoying. Yeah, so grab the iron boots, go to forest, grab my skull there. Play Serenade, because I'm going to get Serenade from the Iron Boot chest, actually, which is a really cool song to have. Come on. And I can beeline basically straight to the hover boots, iron boots. So that was a triple slash clip, actually popularized by Ocarina of Time 3D, where they can do it a lot easier, but we can do it with hookshot, but it is frame perfect. Ah, unfortunate. Have to cheat instead. Ah, come on. There we go. Yeah, this room's a pain in the ass because of these guys. Oh, man. Yeah, so this room is basically like technical jump central. You do a lot of cool stuff off like the edges. You can like cancel your side off on a ledge to get a bit of a hop. You just do the same here. So now I'm trying to damage down because I don't want to watch this cutscene, and I can't void in here, so I'm gonna die basically. So I'm gonna let this wolf damage me down, and then I'm gonna kill myself with a bomb, so I don't have to listen to Sheik again. But I will still get the song, and I will still get the iron boots. So. Alright, one more. Come on. There we go. Yes, this is one of the reasons why I don't like doing bingos on like the original console of N64, because pause buffering is really laggy and it takes a lot longer to do like basic stuff like that. It's just not as comfy. And the timing between the buffers is also really inconsistent, so if you like inconsistent and laggy, then I guess that console's for you. But sorry, I haven't explained any of this Ocarina business. So bottles, if you cancel their animation, they play the default animation, and the default animation in this game is an ocarina. So you can cancel bottle with anything like sword, hookshot, bombs, bomb chew, and Link will just play an ocarina. So you never need to actually get an ocarina if you have a bottle, which is one of the other many completely broken uses for them. So now I just need one skull here. I have iron boots now, so I need to mark that off. And luckily there's one right in the entrance, so that's awesome. That's that one. So all I need now is the remaining skulls in Spirit. That will get me my 10 skulls for the wallet. That wolf is preparing to take a swing. So after these skulls are collected, I'll have exactly 10, I hope, if my counting is correct. That means that I have enough for the wallet reward, which means I have enough to buy... Oh, that's not good. Which means I have enough to buy the Giant's Knife. To not lock myself out of Bullet Bag 50 like I was almost about to do. I'm just going to fire bombs here. This is again another classic bingo spot where you just you play Serenade and then you farm bombs until you have enough that what you want to do. I kind of just want 30 here. That'd be nice. Give me a bit of breathing room. But alas, the game is saying no. That will have to do. It's only a 1 in 16 per grass chunk, but you can usually get 1 or 2 drops from about 3 patches. I suck again. This is why you get more bombs than you need in bingos, because you have to sort of plan where you're going to suck. And bomb tricks are always likely candidates for failure. So just doing another Hess here, because it's really fast. It's double the speed of a backwalk at negative 18. So it's a lot of speed but backwards, so you have to kind of know where you're going. There is a forward extended super slide, so that goes forward, but it's only about 8 speed, so it's not really useful at all. Backwalking is usually quicker. Not cool. Man, yeah, this is why you get more bombs. Okay, there we go. And with hover boots, you can just hover Hess across. You can hover Hess across massive gaps because again, negative 18 speed. You have about 3 seconds hovering. You can cover a lot of ground. You can see if I remember this strat. It's been a while since I've done this. I need to get through the gate, and there's a really easy one, but it requires me to get caught, and getting caught wastes a lot of time. And there's this one here that uses 2 bombs, but it is quicker, but we'll see if I can remember it. Oh my god. There we go. You need an inverted camera to see where you're going. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's basically just getting, you get a hover off a bomb, and then when the other bomb knocks you down, it pushes you through the ledge. Come on. You usually need long shot to cross this, but I don't have long shot, so I'm going to have to Hess instead. And this is completely blind. I'm trying my best not to get lost. No, hole in one. So you usually need lens of truth here, because this path is actually invisible. There are void planes everywhere around here. So as long as you memorize the path, it's not too bad. But the first few times that you try and learn this.
Hello, just a quick update. You might have noticed that the timer paused itself. This was because for some reason things died internally. However, the timer was still counting, and it has now recovered. Another thing is that we now have 2 donations. So the first donation for £4 was actually like a little test donation to see if anything would work. And the second donation was an anonymous £5 donation. So, one thing that I have not explained at this point is the fact that anyone who donates to Special Effect will be able to donate as 1 ticket in the raffle, and you'll get some bonus tickets if you donate a certain amount. And that's about it. So just head to warwickspeed.run/donate to donate. Thank you very much. And back to the run.
I'm very bad at this today. I'm trying to do what's called a regular super slide, so not like a hyper extended. This is just going straight backwards off a couple of bombs here to get past this block here. There we go. A lot of these tricks are very just like, it's just how the physics of the game work. Not really much to explain, like everything you kind of see is what it says on the tin. Okay. I actually need to save up out of here because there's no way to get back out. But that's one skull in each adult dungeon completed anyway. I just need the other 4 skulls. So I'm going to farm these guys again, because my bomb count is not good. Well, it is probably fine, but again, bingo setting, you kind of always want more because you need to plan for everything. And it's a 50-50, so, you know, why not? There we go. That's if you do it too early. Cool. Yeah, those pots are annoying every time. If you just super slide here straight away, they will hit you. Come on. I actually need to go into this room again for a key, so that's it's just one of those unfortunate things about the skull routing, because I don't have Song of Time, I can't move that Song of Time block. So I need to clip behind it, but once you're behind it, there's actually no way out. Oh, nice hitbox. Yes, there's actually no way out from behind it. So you have to just kind of cut your losses, really, and just come back. So this bit's just going to be me sort of going through Spirit, semi-casually, I guess. There's a couple things out of order that I guess you wouldn't do normally, but most of it's going to be just kind of optimizing where you should go normally. Yeah, nice try. And there's an invisible enemy in here that will literally just try and attack you over and over, but if you're behind this, it's he just can't hit you, which is quite funny. Excellent game design. Oh no, I've just realised I need ZL for this. That's a shame. That's just added a bit of time. So I've just completely forgot that I needed a key for that, which the only key I can get, I need a song for. And I can get that song, I just need to do a bit of backtracking, and I also probably need to watch this cutscene that I want to avoid. That is a rookie mistake, but they kind of happen. Like, you look at the board and you try and think of everything you need to complete the board, but also complete the row. But sometimes you do miss things. So initially, I didn't think I needed that song, but you definitely do. I think if I'd planned differently and I'd got some different items, I could have possibly skipped it. But I think the best thing to do now to recover is to just go through a bit of that section and then come back to this in a second. But we do get to hear my favourite song, so... Link there holding the ocarina that you never even had. Okay, so now I have that song, I can come back whenever, so at the moment, I just need to get back to the forest, basically, because I need to start a different start of the trade quest. Playing songs on a stick when the game was designed for C buttons is not fun, but... Yeah, beans, bullet bag, and all 5... sorry, the 1 skull from each adult dungeon. Not the 5, and yeah, but... So luckily I still have my the blue chicken, so I can start to... Oh, don't hit me, no. That's unfortunate. He takes 5 years to turn around as well. Because if you get up early, he'll just skew you back into the water. Okay, so just actually getting lost there is actually the quickest way to get back to the entrance where I need to be. So there's this dude here, and he really wants his blue chicken back, so I think it's only fair that we give it to him. I should have done this earlier, but he's reunited at last. Nope, go away. My side-ups today have been appalling. I actually need hookshot as well here, so let me... So this trade quest ultimately culminates in getting the big Goron sword, but... And you might think that that's what sort of the play is, to just do the whole trade quest and get the big Goron sword. But you can buy Giant's Knife for just 200 rupees, and that's the goal for you. And even the amount I'm going to do of the trade quest to get the songs I need, it would still be 2 more items and then waiting 3 whole days to get the other, to get the actual sword. So it's just never really worth it, unless you have a board that specifically needs you to get certain things. So like, if you swipe over Broken Sword, which is a very late part of the trade quest, you get a lot of medallions from like dungeons. So that's a really easy way to get light arrows. So if you had, say, a row that required you to get light arrows, and also a row that had like knife or something, then it might be better to get the full sword. But if you're not doing that, then there's not really much point. Alright, I just need to backtrack now. Give it back to the dude, and then we should be good to go back to Spirit. I played this song far too many times this run. I was not banking on playing this many songs. So you can play a song here to get back to Lost Woods if you have it, or you can just walk from CAC, and it's kind of quick both ways. I'm not actually entirely sure which is even faster. This just felt more comfy to me, but I have a feeling that there's a certain condition where just walking is quicker. But too late to find out now. So this dude's going to trade us this medicine, which I don't know what it is, just a red powder. He's going to trade us the broken saw, and the broken saw is going to somehow magically give us a lot of songs. I need this. So this is another method for getting bottle on B. You can use a bomb as well. You basically need to cancel your bottle animation with something, and a wall works as well. Let me see. I want my fish back to warp away, so I oh, I forgot that deletes Requiem. We have to walk all the way back. Okay, that's fine though. Let's be farm more bombs as well. My bomb count is running low. And there's one better than last time already. Okay, not great, I'll be honest. $14's fine. I'm just gonna do the stuff that doesn't really require bombs, I think. Apart from this Hess, because this is very slow to walk. Although I do need to use another bomb here as well. The problem with this is that bombs are such a rare, like they're weirdly rare, but they're so needed everywhere. And the tragic part is that I got that warp song earlier to get back to Spirit, but I forgot my own rule with Saw, like Saw RBA, is that it not only gives you songs, so it gives me Zelda's Lullaby, which is what I need to spawn the key to progress in Spirit, but it also has a really negative side effect of deleting stuff as well. So it just writes the bottle data into wherever it is, so a 0 was just where Requiem was, so it just killed Requiem. So if I needed Requiem I'd be locked out now, but luckily I don't. This is just an alternative strat to get over the gate. You can... Oh, come on. That's not cool. You can turn around mid-air and just do a side hop. Almost. Oh my god, I'm sliding. No. That's the one problem with the strat, is that if you land on that seam, you either need to walk all the way up and off the side, or you basically fall. And there's certain spots on the seam where walking up the side is effectively a new seam in itself, and it just pushes you off. Because seam walking itself is very precise. I am losing my mind. It's one of those tricks that you learn really early on when learning the game, because it's the quote-unquote easiest way to get past this gate, other than literally, you know, freeing all the carpenters, which is what you do casually. But yeah, apparently I'm showcasing why it's not apparently quote-unquote easiest.